And we are live. Election night 2020. All in on high school sports. Kurt Valenti, Jennifer Valenti.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing well. You?
I'm very well. Very well. We got an awesome packed show tonight. Want to explain what's going on?
Sure, I'll give the rundown. As always, we'll go over our picks from last week in football, and then we will at the end of the show pick some football select games for next week. We have a couple special guests coming on this evening. We're excited to welcome the Kearny Girls High School Soccer team. Coach Passero and two of his players will be joining us, and then we will also welcome the Hawthorne football program tonight. Two coaches from the Hawthorne football program. So
Absolutely.
We have a jam-packed schedule tonight.
Little football, little girls soccer.
I'm sorry, Coach Passero from
Hawthorne,
and then Coach Sylvia from Kearny. I reversed them. My apologies on that, coaches.
You're nervous already. We didn't have making picks for another 45, 50 minutes. Let's go. All right, so let's start with a little recap last week. All right?
Football recap?
Yeah, we'll do a little football recap. We'll start it off.
Well, before we get into that, can we talk a little bit about some of the, I want to congratulate Millburn Girls Tennis. We featured them on the program. Some of the returns, it's hard to believe that we are already in playoff time. Like girls tennis, actually, with the return to play program, their regular season ended at the end of October, and they ended their postseason play today. So congratulations to Millburn Girls Tennis, who are Group 3 Northeast B champions. They were 8-0 and ranked number 8 in the state. So congratulations to them.
By the way, we're getting greetings from Maryland from our guy, Mr. Kenny Kirkpatrick. How are you, Kenny?
Hello, Kenny.
Can you be part of our pick segment later on? And but no, that's awesome for Millburn.
Yep.
Again, great program. A lot of championships.
Yep,
so add another collection to the trophy case.
As far as they could go this year is where they went. So
yes,
Yep. But you want to get right into our
our
picks,
sure.
Okay. The first game we picked on was Paramus Catholic at St. Joe's, with St. Joe's being victorious 43-6.
Yeah, again, just rough season for PC. And Joe's is, Joe's has two tough losses to number 1 and 2 team in the state, but Joe's continues to roll.
Again, just a reminder that some of the games are scheduled, then not scheduled due to certain circumstances. So DePaul and St. Peter's Prep did not play. Woodridge and Clifton did not play. Wayne Hills did not play Hackensack, but Wayne Hills did play Kingsway, which was a game we did not pick.
And we're going to get into Wayne Hills in a couple later on with a big matchup later on.
And then we had Paramus at Ramapo, with Ramapo rolling 48-7.
Yeah, we've said that, from when Ramapo broke that streak, when Riverdale beat them going for 2, it was just going to be, wrong place, wrong time. And again, Ramapo rolled, it was expected, and it sets up the big one. Ramapo, Wayne Hills. We'll talk about that tonight, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think that's in our pick segment? I would say that is.
I would take a gamble and say yes. Beckton at Hasbrook Heights. Beckton remains undefeated and unscored upon.
Listen,
with a 14-0 victory.
We want to get them on. Excuse me. We want to get them on. They are rolling. They're another one, big one with Garfield this week. But listen, when they shut out Heights. So no joke. Hey, that team's for real. Congratulations, Beckton. By the way, Mark Calderia, our guy. Hello, guys. Another big win for the Fairlawn 7th and 8th grade.
Nice.
Football, 8th grade senior football team, 34-13 over Montville. Kurt, you need to come watch this team Saturday night in Fairlawn at 8:15. We do got to make an appearance.
Absolutely.
We do. Coach Breslin saying, can't wait.
Nice.
I know what he's saying.
Well, let everybody know who Coach Breslin is in case they're unsure. They might not know.
Coach Breslin.
I know he's a legend, but
he's
not
a legend.
Everybody.
He's a legend. He's an assistant at Ramapo. And, again, huge game Friday night. So.
The next game up was PV at Jefferson. I'm just going to let you.
You know what? Listen, again, PV's schedule, it's week in, week out. They got a tough game. They lost a heartbreaker. I believe it was 7-0.
Yep,
correct? And I have a feeling that PV's going to be in our pick selection too. But 3-2 now. So, need this win this week.
We got Garfield at Lyndhurst, with Garfield winning big 48-19.
Yeah, Garfield's offense finally broke out. Again, Lyndhurst a little little, I don't want to say down, but again, graduated a lot of guys last year, so breaking in. So Garfield finally broke out. Sets up a big one this week, Garfield Beckton, which we'll talk about later on.
Also on our later picks, Montville at West Essex. West Essex playing only their second game of the season, but coming back in a good fashion, winning 12-7.
Yeah, a little lower scoring, 12-7 game, but hey, Coach B's 2-0, and again, like you said though, that just like we were talking with Coach Breslin last week about the football being a little, Ramapo was off for a while. Same thing with West Essex, so
getting back into
they get back into the flow.
Yep. It's got to be hard with the start-stop, especially, again, more so in some sports than others, so it affects everybody, but,
Totally agree.
Morris Hills at Parsippany Hills did not happen, and Parsippany Hills, I think, played Woodbridge.
Woodbridge.
So, yeah.
And Woodbridge.
Yeah.
Did Part Hills, I believe.
I don't have the score. Yeah. And then Rutherford at Lodi. Rutherford shutting them out 22-0.
Yeah, Rutherford, again, a close loss to Garfield. It sets up a big game in their league this week. They got the undefeated Waldwick Warriors. So, again, that implications for Garfield for a league title, implications for Waldwick. So, again, I believe that game will be in the pick segment also.
A little preview in our recap here. Teaneck at Nutley. Nutley winning big 42-0.
Yes, and their coach, want to give a shout out. I believe he won the New York Giants Coach of the Week. So, again, Nutley's rolling, and Nutley's going to start getting on our board week in and week out. I believe that they are now 3-0. I believe Nutley goes to 3-0 now.
I think they go to 4-0.
Or 4-0. 4-0. Okay.
And Hudson Catholic at Del Barton was our last one. And I just remember Kenny's prediction that Del Barton's, making themselves a North Jersey force to be reckoned with, and in the private school sector especially, and they were victorious again, 49-8.
You know what? Kenny's right, because again, like we've said a couple weeks ago, they're always like the parochial team that people forget about. It's always the big 4 in them or big 5 in them, and you know what? They're in the scene now. So congratulations. I believe they're 5-0. They go to 5-0.
Yep, went up to 5-0.
Okay.
Really quick, want me to do my field hockey rundown for the week? So
we're right on time.
We are on time.
We got to do this on K&K. This is the difference. We're time here. Tomorrow we're all over the board.
Again, kind of going county by county. In the Essex and Union County field hockey, Oak Knoll remains number 1 in the state. Still kind of steamrolling opponents. They were supposed to play West Essex. That had to be put on hold. The another top-ranked opponent, I believe number 5 in the state right now, maybe number 6. They were supposed to play Rumson Fairhaven, the number 10 team in the state, but again, scheduling conflicts. But they did pick up Camden Catholic, the number 5 team in the state, and again, rolled to victory there. West Essex, who got back to play, again, another top team in the state, off to a 6-0 start. Actually, in field hockey in Union County, they're the only county in the state, I believe, that is having a county tournament. So they're already in semifinals. Johnson's going to play Kent Place, and Oak Knoll's awaiting the winner of Governor Livingston and Scotch.
Do you have an early prediction on that?
Oh, it's going to be Oak Knoll.
Oak Knoll?
Yeah, Oak Knoll.
Easy?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I don't think anybody will score on them in the tournament, and I don't
Really?
Wow. They've only given up 2 goals this season, so. In Morris County, again, we've been talking about Pequannock. They remain undefeated, ranked 19th in the state. Morristown Beard came back late, 3-0, and they seem to be on a hiatus again, but they've been a stronghold at 20 still in the state. And Chatham actually remains undefeated in Morris County as well, so could be in contention for one of the best Morris County teams. In Bergen County, again, we've had some breakages in play. So Northern Highlands, still top team there, and Ramsey picking up some tough out of conference opponents. They tied Wayne Valley, who was undefeated up until that point, which is my top Passaic County team. But again, I still think the top 2 teams of Passaic County are Northern Highlands and Ramsey. And another team emerging in Passaic County to kind of add to Wayne Valley's 8-0-1 record is West Milford, who is now 8-3 after getting off to an 0-2 start.
Wow.
So
okay.
kind of emerging
8
as
out
well.
Of 9, 8 out of 9.
Yep. So that's our weekly field hockey recap.
Okay, nice.
So,
you want to get to a little Kearny Girls Soccer?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I know we have some people in the waiting room. I don't know that we have everybody just yet. So Let's see. Because we have
you handle that.
We have our 2 players. We do not have
Coach Sylvia
coach yet. Yeah, so we might just want to to hold off for a minute.
We got a question from Tiago Alves saying they talking about girls soccer. Yes, we will. We'll be talking a little Kearny girls soccer in a couple of minutes while Jenny Hoops gets the people in. So let's do a brief overview real quick. And, I want to get when people say Kearny is a soccer town while we're waiting for our guests, I'll tell you, obviously, I work in the Kearny School District now for 13 years, 14 years. And I remember when I first got in there, my first knowledge of how big Kearny is, how big soccer is in Kearny is when I went to school the first day. You're used on a Monday, not first day, but first Monday. And I see a kid in high school and I say, hey, did the football team win this weekend? The kid says to me, I'm not sure, but we beat Harrison in soccer. And I was just like, you know what? Other schools I've been in, I've never really had that happen. So,
definitely more of a soccer
tremendous
town,
tradition. Listen, there's YouTube movies on it, Kearny, Soccer Town USA and stuff like that. So it's something that, it's, you got the Kearny, you got the Harrisons, you got, that's a big time rivalry. We'll get into that when we talk. But when you talk about like a soccer town, it is a soccer town.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they will start, again, just kind of getting back to that difference in fall schedule. Their regular season will end November 12th, and starting November 13th, their state tournament play, which is supposed to last until November 22nd. It's supposed to be regionally based, so opponents are going to differ possibly a little bit than what they're used to.
Okay.
Maybe. So that's all. We got to kind of see how all that pans out. Maybe coach will have a little better idea of the direction they're going in. But in the summer, with the return to play protocol, that was the plan.
Yeah, and again, like we said, we always talk about it with football, and we were just talking about today with the Milburn tennis, where it is a little different. So, I guess we had, who was it? Was it Coach Wayne Hill's coach, or I think last week maybe it was the West Exeter, when it's like you want to just beat whoever's on your schedule, and how far you can go is how far you can go. So if there's no legit state title, then if they give you a sectional title and it ends at a sectional title, win that sectional title.
Right.
So it's a little, so Tiago's saying we beat Harrison this year, North Arlington, we on the come up. So I'm wondering if Tiago's from North Arlington.
I don't know.
Not sure.
If
Let's
he
see
wants
where
to
Tiago's
comment,
from.
tell us where he's
comment
from.
where you're
Absolutely.
Saying North Arlington's on the come up. You want to bring the players in, or
sure? Why don't we get them in, and then once Coach arrives, we'll get him in as well. So we're gonna get. Oh, he's in as well. So perfect
awesome.
Timing. There we go.
Awesome.
Hey,
we told him 8:15. It's 8:15. He's right on. He's right on the money. He's right on the money.
All right. So joining us, we have, while everybody's coming in and getting connected to their audio and video.
By the way, we got a question. Jason is asking when is Coach John Passero going to be talking. He's going to be talking roughly 8:35.
Yep.
In about 20 minutes.
All right. So we have. I'd like to welcome Coach Mike Sylvia from the Kearny Girls Soccer program. It's his first year as head coach of the program, formerly of the boys staff. And with him, he has Macy Cavello, a sophomore on the team, and Abby Crispin, a junior on the team as well. So welcome, guys. So nice to have you. You guys can stay unmuted if you want to, Abby and Macy. If you want to stay unmuted, that's fine. I know we're used to school where everybody stays muted. You guys are right. I'm a teacher, so I get it.
How are you, Coach? Thank you guys for joining.
All right.
By the okay, you can start off. Give a little overview of the Kearny program.
Oh, Kearny program, great history on the Kearny program. Multiple Hudson County championships. Conference, finishing atop the conference as well. A very, very strong Kearny tradition. And Coach, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Sylvia, your first year at the helm, correct? Very nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was, Coach, I was just explaining, the girls might get a kick out of this too, by the way. Jimmy Hempel saying hello. So hello, Mr. Hempel. Thank you for watching. And Coach, I was saying, I've been working in the Kearny School District for like 13 years now. And I remember my first week in school, I was in the high school. And I remember on a Monday going to school and seeing a kid in the high school and saying, hey, how'd the football team do this weekend? And the kid goes, I'm really not sure, but I know we beat Harrison this weekend. And I said, right there, I knew. It's this is different. It's a little soccer here. So it was a little different. But Coach, A lot of towns say they're a soccer town, but Kearny is a legit soccer town. Can you just explain a little bit of the tradition?
Absolutely, absolutely. Whew, man, it goes back to the beginning of soccer in this country, right? Where Kearny's an immigrant community. And down in East Newark, where Top's Diner is, was the Clark Thread Mill, which sponsored teams in the early 1900s, as far back as the late 1800s, of Scottish immigrants coming over to work in the thread mills, Irish immigrants in down neck Newark, had the Portuguese. So we had an immigrant community that had a love for the game, and they called West Hudson County, the cradle of American soccer. So it starts back then. The lineage goes on and on through many soccer players who played for our U.S. national team, up to and including the 90s with John Harkes, Tab Ramos, and Tony Meola, and a slew of other athletes who became professionals and, were stewards of the game in Kearny and the surrounding areas. So the lineage goes way, way back.
Nice, very nice. That was a great description, Coach. Very nice. My question is for Macy. Macy, you're a sophomore, but you already have 2 varsity seasons under your belt, lettering in soccer and lettering in basketball as a freshman. So I have kind of like a 2-part question for you. Number 1 is, how do you balance your commitment to both sports? Because I know you're probably heavily committed to both. And my second is, do you find that playing multiple sports helps you succeed, like on the field and overlap on the court?
Yeah, so I think balancing my commitment it's not as hard as it would seem, since that they're 2 separate seasons, but I do play club in the winter, which kind of gets a little confusing sometimes. But how I've been doing it is games over practices. That's what I do. So basketball, I do games, obviously. And what was the second question?
My second part was, do you find that like you have any overlapping like knowledge or skills, like being that multiple sport athlete, like there's some overlap that helps you in each sport?
Yes, definitely. I find that I see basketball and soccer, and I see soccer and basketball sometimes. It's crazy. So yeah.
Great, very nice. Well, keep up with the multiple sports. We love to see that.
My question's for Abby. It seems like you guys have a lot of offensive weapons. Again, just to name a few: Emily Horvath, obviously Macy, Julia Viscuso, Kylie Fisher, Paige Rafsky, just to name a few. Seems like you're one of the leaders in assists. Do you feel like, since you guys have a balanced attack, any one of the girls on the team can be, the offensive force during any game?
I definitely feel that the whole team as a whole, we have so much chemistry together, especially a lot of us have been playing since we were younger. So I feel like all across the field, we do know how to play with each other, and it all goes back when playing when we were younger. And you can definitely see that when we're playing during a game or a practice. So yeah, I do think anyone can kind of jump in, and we just know how to work with each other.
Very nice. And Coach, I have a question for you. As I mentioned when we introduced you guys, you've won numerous conference titles, Hudson County tournament championships galore. And then when it comes to state tournament play, you guys have that Group 4 opponents. How do you hope to get over that next hurdle and capture a Group 4 state championship?
Well, we stick to our core values, right? And we're one of them, on top of being humble, right? We're also ambitious. So, we just take it one game at a time, but we're willing and looking forward to play anybody. We want to play the best as much as we can. Our schedule is sometimes out of our control, especially nowadays with everything going on. So we just look at whoever's in front of us, and we think we can beat anybody. So that's the way we play.
Nice. I actually, to follow up with that, we were talking a little bit before you came in that with the change to the tournament play this year due to the pandemic, that it was supposed to be kind of regional. So do you have any idea of who that will be yet, or have they not really kind of given you an inclination to that?
So from my understanding, I believe yesterday was a cutoff day for them to look at schedules and seeding. The seeding, the groups this year are going to be slightly different because they're more regional, right? So it's going to be, in our case, it's going to be Hudson, as well as Essex and Bergen.
Okay.
All right, anybody who's Group 4. And so, that's gonna stack that group, which is great. That's what we want. All right. Now, it was initially they said it was going to be 16 teams, but they did say anyone who wants to be in the postseason is in.
Okay.
So we'll see how that shakes out.
Right.
As far as the number of teams that are in it. But we're chomping at the bit because these are the teams we want to play.
Yeah, nice. Very
Can't
nice.
wait. We're so excited.
Love it.
My question's for Macy. Obviously, you played last year as a freshman, so you got a taste of Kearny High School girls soccer. You know the history and tradition that we were all talking about tonight. What does it mean to you when you put on that black and red Kearny jersey and you're playing for Kearny High School?
Gosh, I just got chills when you asked me that question.
Hey, we do our homework here, we come up with good questions.
Yeah, so that's a really good question. What it means for me to play for Kearny, I'm honored. Like, I just love my town. I love the background of it. Coach Sylvia grew up in the town, so he represents it well too. Like, I just love being part of Kearny. It's amazing. I love being part of it. I don't really know what more to say.
That's awesome.
Very well said.
That's awesome.
And my question is for Abby. And Abby, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier when you answered Kurt's question, because I, as a former coach, always believe that team chemistry, both on and off the field, is really a key to team success. So I know that off-field component might be a little challenging given the pandemic situation. So I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about what you guys have been doing to kind of stay connected and bonded when you're not practicing and playing.
Well, we have a lot of group chats, and especially with like social media and everything. We're always texting, and since TikTok is a big app today, we always send TikToks that remind us of practice. And sometimes we'll hang out in little groups, but nothing big. Everything, especially with the boys' games, if we can go, we'll go. And of course, wearing masks, social distancing, and everything. So we'll kind of do that, but it is really hard with the pandemic. We can't do pasta parties like we did.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to be very careful.
Yeah, understandable.
Coach, I got a question. I'm going to go off script a little, but just thinking about it. Again, working in the building, you hear from a lot of teachers, whether they're parents of girls that are on the team now or have played, administration, Mrs. Richardson at the high school, Mrs. Blood in the board office, always talking about the soccer programs, the girls program. How would you say it is like the parents and like the administration and everybody that's backing the Kearny program also?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big family. I mean, where else can you go where, the principal played for the program, you turn a corner, there's a teacher, there's a security guard who's at all your games. And, when I took over and I was looking through the locker room, you open up a box and there's 1,000 old pictures and you're like, that's the English teacher. That's this person. That's that person. So, you see it in our fundraising as well. Everyone's looking to help out. Everyone's trying to support the girls. It's the same thing with the boys, but it's this quilt of Kearny soccer and that bloodline that we've been talking about that just manifests every year, which is great. And that's part of why I wanted to join the program.
Awesome.
Nice, very nice. Girls and coach, this next part we call rapid fire. So we're going to give you a couple of quick questions that are meant for just kind of quick answers. So some of them are fun, some of them are a little more serious.
Yeah. All right, so my first one is only the girls are going to answer part A, and part B, coach is going to get a different question. Girls, first question. Name your favorite Kearny teacher of all time. One teacher. One teacher.
This one's hard. This one's very hard.
Why don't we go, just to give us an order, we'll go, sorry to put you on the spot, Macy, but you're going to go first. Macy, then Abby, and then Coach.
It's got to be my elementary school teacher, Mr. Chalabi. He was my physical education teacher.
Nice.
Loved him.
Oh,
so
that's
much.
awesome. I'm a special area teacher, so it's nice to hear a special area teacher.
He may be watching because he watches our K&K, so he,
good,
he
nice.
might be watching.
Well, you'll have to tell him.
I will.
I think it's actually really funny because I was going to say the same teacher.
Abby.
That's great.
Me and Macy went to the same elementary school, so he was also my gym teacher when I was younger, and he was just a very big influence to me.
Oh,
Awesome.
that's nice. Nice.
And-
So nice.
And Coach, you're not going to get off easy on this. I'm not going to ask you your favorite teacher. I'm even going to go a little further. I want to know who your favorite coworker in the building is.
Favorite coworker in the building. Ooh. I'm gonna go with my co-teacher slash roommate, Pat Cassidy.
Awesome.
All right, my question, guys, we'll go in the same order. Do you guys have any pregame superstitions or rituals that you have to do?
I'll start. So I always have to pray before my games. That's what I do. And yeah, that's about it. I don't have any superstitions.
By the way, Jimmy Hempel's saying that's just wrong, guys. I don't know if he's saying to us to ask you or how you guys answered those questions, but probably asking us.
Putting everybody on the spot.
Yeah.
Yep. How about you, Abby? Any pregame rituals or superstitions?
For me, I have to put my right cleat on and then my left, and then my right shin guard and my left shin guard. It has to go in that order, and if I do it wrong, I have to take all my stuff off and put it back on.
That's great. So do you do it wrong often or no?
Not really, but sometimes I'm just not in the zone, and I realize and I have to do it all over again.
Too funny. And Coach, how about you?
Oh boy. My superstition is I have to get so absolutely fired up that probably the girls have to calm me down. That's probably what happens with me.
True.
They're nodding in agreement.
Yeah. All right, next question. Kearny has a lot of great places to eat, but give me the best place to get a bite to eat in Kearny.
The Greeks.
Great choice.
I think me and Macy just have the same answer. So I'm so good.
I'm going to weigh in and I'm going to go on the record because I'm a pizza guy, and I'm going to go and say it out loud and say Joe's Pizza.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Is that a
Good
place
one.
you've been?
Yes, I have been there,
So
yep.
you're a pizza guy. So
I am.
All right.
One of the
My
lunch
question
spots.
is, again, we'll go on Macy, Abby, and then Coach. Under Armour, Adidas, or Nike?
Okay, so I love Nike shoes. Oh my gosh, what? This is hard. All right, I'll just go Nike. Just to be simple. Gotta go Nike.
I'm gonna go Nike too. My cleats have to be Nike. I've never had Adidas, and I don't think I ever will. So Nike will always be my top.
We're Nike all the way here in Kearny right now. So Nike repeat.
Sweeps the board.
Yep.
All right, last one for me. Phone, iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Yep, iPhone.
Me too. iPhone sweeps the board.
I might be doing one with an Android
You
in
are
Kearny.
the only one. You're the only Android. All right, and our last question for rapid fire, leaving the toughest one for last. Dunkin' or Starbucks?
Dunkin'. I gotta go Dunkin'. Starbucks is over expensive.
I have to go Starbucks. I just
Oh, you
love
guys
the
disagree?
Yeah. Coach breaks the tie. Let's see where he's going.
How could you like Starbucks? You have to do all that work. You have to put all the systems in yourself. I've got to go with Dunkin'.
I'm with you, Coach, and you have to wait. That's why I like Dunkin', the speed. All right, that's all we have, guys. Yep,
That's
right?
all we
Yep.
have. Coach, what we got to do is and I was thinking about this today, and I didn't even tell Hoops. We got to do like a Kearny soccer show. Like just get the boys, get the girls, full teams,
Absolutely.
past players, and just do
Yeah.
something with that. I think it would just
That
be
would
awesome,
great. I mean,
like
I love how you describe the history, Coach. I really do.
Yeah.
Knowing it's a soccer town, but hearing you describe it the way you did, like in the, going back 100 years. I mean, it was really, you think of history, but that's really how entrenched and how deep it is, and what it means for you guys to be a part of it. It was so nice to hear. Yeah.
Now, guys, you guys got Lyndhurst on Monday? Is that correct? Okay, but I'm going to break some news. At the end of the show, we always do football picks. We do like the top 13 games. Four of us make our picks. We've never picked a soccer game, so you guys got to watch. It's about 8:50 tonight. Not only are we going to do the football games, we're going to add Monday's Kearny, Lyndhurst, and we're going to make that part of our prediction show. So you guys are the first soccer game, non-football, to have a prediction tonight. It will be on about 8:50, 8:55.
Yep, absolutely.
tune in. Make sure you're watching that.
Good luck to you guys this season. Hopefully
Yes,
we can
absolutely.
check in. Best of luck the rest of the way, and of course in the state tournament play. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Thank you, girls and
Thank
coach.
you.
So much.
Thank you
you.
very
Thanks
much.
so much for the opportunity, guys.
Go Kearny.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so thank you guys.
Yeah, that
Coach
was
Hempel
great.
saying great,
Yep.
great job, girls, and Coach Sylvia.
You got another comment
Darren,
there,
Darren Revsky saying, want to see some soccer players past and present? Go watch the Turkey Bone things. I actually heard that's a tradition.
Yeah? Oh,
yes, that they
cool.
play. They get together and
very
play a game of
nice.
soccer.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a parent of one of the current players,
Yes.
Rafsky, right? Yeah, or a relative, I should say. I don't mean to.
Kenny saying,
assume.
spoiler, the Maryland guy didn't pick the team in blue. We'll get to his picks later. But no, that's something, you know what? That's something we can maybe cover one year. That would be awesome.
That
the
would
little Turkey
be- that would
Bowl.
be very
I mean, we were
cool.
talking about like
Absolutely.
President, like Kearny tradition. I have heard that. I've never seen it, but they said it is something awesome to watch, to go see. So I would definitely be interested in going to see that. But yeah, like you said, it's just exciting. And you know, again, I could say it from being in the school, it's just always, and again, obviously all the other sports matter and all the other sports are talked about and stuff like that. But when it's soccer, it's like, you know, they have such the administration and the building and the teachers, everyone's so behind that program, and something awesome, you know, something awesome to be there.
Oh, you know, it's always.
It's actually Paige's dad, so you're right.
Oh, nice.
You're
very
right.
Nice. The
Thank you for watching.
It's always nice to see. I don't know, just when I've heard you talk about the program. Obviously, you know, it's known, but when you get those current players on and see, you know, from their perspective, even what it means to be, you know, part of that type of tradition, it's so nice. So again, much continued success to them.
I want to
for
answer
sure.
a question to Jason. He's asking, will Angelo, I don't know how to say that. I want to say his name when he comes on. Guarnieri, the defensive coordinator
Okay.
from Hawthorne, will he be joining Coach Passero? Word is he is.
Yes, yeah.
Word is he is.
Supposed to, yes.
Supposed to.
Scheduled to be on.
We're also getting comment from Sherry. Hi, guys. Not ignoring you all. Well, health not so good right now, but love you all. Sherry, hope everything
Yes,
is well.
hope everything's well. Thanks
Hope
for
everything
checking
is
in.
well.
Hope
Thank
are
you
well.
for watching. And again, hope everything is well with you. Kenny's going to have a comment. I'm not going to read that about working. But
Well, we have Coach Passero in the waiting room.
Okay,
We're
you
gonna
can bring him in. Absolutely.
And then when Coach Guarnieri comes in, we can bring him. Oh, as if on cue.
Look
Again,
at
they're
this.
both
Look
in
at
there.
this.
That was perfect. So I'm going to let both of them in. All right. Hi, coaches. Good evening. We have joining us Coach John Passero, head coach of Hawthorne football, and he is joined by his defensive coordinator, Coach Angelo. Coach, please let me know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Guarnieri or Guarnieri? Or none?
Guarnieri.
Guarnieri.
There you go.
Thank you, Coach. Sorry.
No audio at the moment.
There he
okay.
goes.
I coached him, so I know how to say his name.
Exactly. Well, good. Glad you were able to do it. I'm probably going to mispronounce it again, so please feel free to correct me.
We have, by the way, you have a couple of fans. We got Jason Brudzinski. Is it? I don't want to say
Right. He's our right tackle.
right tackle
nice.
saying, yeah, coach. And Jason Harmer.
Armor, receiver, D-back.
There it is. So
Nice. Oh, you
words
got your
getting out.
players
Thank you guys
joining.
for
Very
watching.
nice.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Glad they were able to.
So let's talk a
to
little
come on.
Hawthorne football.
Absolutely. So, welcome, Coach, to the program. You are entering, if I'm not mistaken, your 20th year as at the helm of Hawthorne football. As a program, you guys boast 16 playoff appearances, being in the final 6 times and earning 3 sectional titles. And I know that you have accumulated an overall record of 104 wins, 84 losses, and 1 tie. So, a stellar program at which you are the helm. So we're so glad to have you joining us this evening, and welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having us here tonight.
So I guess my first question, and if I'm just going to make sure I can see if Coach G rejoins us here. So, as I said, you're entering your 20th season. You've amassed over 100 victories. You've had so much success during your tenure, and most recently, even 6 postseason appearances in the past 10 years. Would you mind just telling our audience a little bit about how you have built such a successful program?
I think from the beginning it comes down to the kids getting into the program and staying in the program, buying into kind of what we're selling as coaches, and that combined with keeping a staff together. You know, we have a total of 9 total coaches on the staff. All but one have played at Hawthorne, either with me or I've coached. The one non-player, I've coached his 2 sons. And now he joined after his sons graduated. So I think it's a kind of a family atmosphere. And we just we love Hawthorne. Again, the coaches love it. The kids love being there. And it's just kind of like another part of a family.
Very nice.
You want me to skip to coaches then?
Yeah, so I guess we had our next question was for Coach G. So you want to maybe
I'm going to read a couple
there?
comments because
Okay.
some people coming in. Our guy Kenny Kirkpatrick from Maryland saying welcome from Southern Maryland and thanks for joining tonight. A couple more players. Looks like a Luke Strednak saying hey coach. Jason again is saying a hashtag turn me up coach. Jason Harmer saying hashtag my coach. So another one checking in.
Hey guys.
Oh, there we go.
There
Coach
it is.
G is in.
And Eddie,
All right, nice.
and Eddie O'Hagan.
Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. Glad you made it. And I see the headphones are making the difference. Yeah.
That was the move.
There
that was
it
the
is.
move. I was trying to go without, but unfortunately.
And one more player,
Oh.
and Ashton
Navarrete.
Navarrete. So I just want to make sure that they.
Get
I'll tell you,
acknowledged,
guys,
yeah.
you guys are getting a lot of love in
Absolutely.
these comments.
I don't know
a lot
that
of
we've
love
ever
in these
had so many
comments.
comments. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
They're a great group to be around.
That's awesome.
Another funny thing about family atmosphere, Eddie O'Hagan is our fullback inside linebacker. I graduated high school with his dad, so I've been around a while, and I know I'm getting older, and I'm coaching my friend's kind of son, so it's a little weird at times.
That's awesome, though. That's so nice. Yeah.
all right, Coach. I don't want to say your name wrong again. Can you give it to me one more time? Is it? Yeah.
Who me? Guarnieri. Angelo Guarnieri.
All right, Guarnieri. All right, Coach.
Everybody calls him Coach G.
Yeah,
though.
we're gonna
That's
call him
easy.
Coach
We're
G.
gonna do
Coach
the
G
same. We're
works.
going Coach G.
Yep.
Coach, you're giving up 12 points a game this year. Again, tough schedule. Played some very good teams on the schedule. So 12 points a game. Can you elaborate on this year's defense and just your defensive philosophy as a whole at Hawthorne?
Well, I appreciate the kind words. I really, it starts with the tutelage from this guy here on the screen. I've been coaching for 10 years now. Really only focusing on the defense. First and foremost with Coach Passero for many years before he, took over the offense. So a lot of my philosophies and what we try to do defensively kind of comes from his tutelage. So it'd be unfair not to give props when it's due. But we knew we had some guys coming back this year. I know if you looked on paper, I think it was only like 4 or 5 returning starters from last year. But the fundamentals were in place. Again, going back to, I'm sure Coach already touched on it. He's talking about family atmosphere and things like that. We try our best at Hawthorne to create that kind of culture. Showing up every day, hard hat, lunchbox kind of, mindset, put in the work. So regardless of what we kind of had on paper, we knew our guys were going to be, we're going to go around and do what we asked of them, especially given this year and the circumstances around this year.
Awesome.
Nice. Any comments or we need to get to or no?
No, just a couple other players.
Okay, reaching out.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach G, I'm going to follow up with another question with you as well. And Coach Passero said, and I just wanted to confirm, you are indeed a graduate of Hawthorne, the class of 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So you were on the 10-1 team in 2007, right? A very, very successful year.
Correct.
And so I guess just making sure I didn't want to falsely say, but how does it feel now as a former player to come back and be on the coaching side in the program that you were a part of?
Well, I definitely think it makes things easier. I knew, once I had the credits and knew I wanted to go the teaching route, that coaching was kind of, would be kind of hand in hand with it. I loved athletics. I'm a phys ed teacher, so athletics were kind of always in the, in the cards. But it definitely made things easier. Again, to go back to the family thing, this community, This family that we've kind of created, it was really easy to kind of come back and give to this community everything that it's already kind of given to me. But it's fun. It's fun to, from him being, a coach now to, a coworker, but really a friend, another father figure in my life. It's been awesome. It's been awesome to work under him. And like I said, to give back to the community, because when it's all said and done, that's what we do it for.
Nice.
By the way, what's great about the players, it's like they're turning the tables on the coaches. Like they're saying these answers are superb. They're like
such an inspiration.
Yeah, they're seeing how you guys answer. You're on the spot. But Coach, I want to get back real quick before we get back to Coach Passero, because Jen just asked the question about playing. Honestly, because obviously you were nervous as a player, but were you a little more nervous as a player, or right before game time now as a coach? What's a little more nerve-wracking now?
It's a great question. Wow, I never really thought about it. I'm going to be honest with you, coaching. Even after all these years coaching, the nerves before a game are unlike, as a player, you put in the work from Monday through, it's funny saying as a coach now, but you put in the work from Monday to Thursday so that on Friday, you're unconscious. You're just running around and playing the game that you love doing. It's a little bit different when you got to call plays. Did so-and-so, does he remember this check? Does he know this? Did this call come in? I definitely would say that the coaching is more stressful. Definitely.
Okay. Am I up? Coach Passero. We just let Coach talk about the defense. So let's talk about this year. Can you talk a little bit about this year's offense? 3-1 start. I believe you guys are not playing this week, correct? You guys are on hold, or?
That is correct. We're not playing this week.
Okay. We'll get into that in a second. But can you just go over the offense a little bit? Want to mention a couple of players, or just offense as a whole?
Sure. I mean, our offense coming in was returning 3 linemen up front: Matt Shea, Andrew Morzetta, and Jason Brzezinski. So we knew we had some guys coming back up front. We kind of altered our offensive game plan going into the summer based on some personnel we had coming back and trying to utilize them to the best of their ability. So we went more of a power running game. I think we've been inconsistent on offense. We've shot ourselves in the foot a couple games. Our scoring average isn't where we would like it to be. But when we get things rolling, I think we've been pretty good downhill runners. We did have to make a quarterback change in right at the end of the summer when our kid who we thought was going to be our quarterback went down with an injury. So we had to move an athlete over there. So being that we were kind of just thrown into things and not having the summer that we normally had, we kind of put together what we thought was our best ideas. And again, trying to get the ball to our best kid, Jaden Schwed, who was having a tremendous year up until the Glen Rock game. And, leads us in rushing, leads us in touchdowns. Eric Mendoza is very explosive as a slot back. Try to get him the ball in multiple ways too. But again, I think what's hurt us, I'm very happy we're 3-1, we're co-division champs. But I think just, getting some growing pains out for, even though we had 3 linemen coming back, the rest of the guys were really stepping into a full-time role.
We got a question from one of our commentators. They're asking, after a big win, Goffle Grill or Johnny and Hinges?
We as coaches don't eat in Hawthorne after the game. A wise man once told me back 20 years ago not to do that, but I go to Goffle Grill if I'm choosing between those two.
Okay. How about you, Coach? You have a choice, preference?
I'm going to go Goffle Grill as well.
Okay.
Biased, but I'm going Goffle Grill as well.
So, Coach, I'm going to go off script. Again, I know we were talking a little bit about, how you're on a little hiatus right now, but, we just had a girls soccer team on, and even as we're preparing for the show, I'm like realizing, wow, this is like the last week of regular season play. I can't believe how fast it went. Are you have any inkling of how they're going to do the seedings for your postseason play, or how far? I feel like it was a little up in the air. I'm not, but if you had any idea of what they ultimately decided on.
Yeah, for our conference, the NJIC, they put together a conference championship every year.
Okay.
So they'll take the top winners of each division and they'll play down to a champion.
Okay.
So that's still going to happen this year. And then whoever finishes second and third will cross over with the another division. So we'll play. It looks like we're going to be playing Rutherford and Garfield, who's not in our division, but they finished second and third most likely in
Okay.
the Colonial Division. So it is nice that our conference is still going to have a champion, right? Not many champions are going to be crowned this year for football in St. New Jersey. It's something I believe we started 4 years ago in our conference, and we were a game away from playing in that Final Four, but things didn't go our way against Glen Rock. But again, our crossover is going to be very competitive against, I think, a Garfield team who's tremendous and a Rutherford team who's very explosive as well.
Yeah, Coach, I remember Jen asking when we were talking about football, and she was, like, I was like, yeah, it's kind of like college football, it's like the SEC, like it's pretty cool how they do that little that little playoff though, like now.
Absolutely,
it's awesome.
It's right. It's normally right before the regular playoffs, so it really, if you make it to that game, those 2 games, you're really starting your playoffs 2 weeks early because you're not playing someone who's not 6-0 or 5-1. You're playing, you're playing tough competition.
Nice,
Okay.
very nice. Should we roll into a
let's-
little rapid
absolutely.
fire? All right, our next segment we call rapid fire. So they're kind of just kind of more quick, fun questions for you guys.
Oh, look, I like this because Edward O'Hagan's asking a college question. You know what? This is for tomorrow's show, but let's do it right now. Who do you guys got, Notre Dame or Clemson this week?
Eddie.
My father-in-law, my brother-in-law, my wife, and I are all Notre Dame fans, so
right.
I will say Notre Dame.
Okay. Coach, who do you got? Coach J?
And I'm gonna make things interesting. Freshman quarterback for Clemson.
There you go.
Upset.
There you go.
I guess that's technically not an upset, but
There you go.
I'm gonna go the Tigers here.
He is another 5-star quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice life, right? Nice life.
Right.
All right, so rapid fire. My first question. Who would you say, you could do it as a coach or a player, either or, who is your biggest rival at Hawthorne?
Why don't we start with Coach Passero and then Coach G? We'll
Okay.
go in order. I always forget. We got to give them a little order.
Tough question. Over the years, it's changed a little bit. I think when we started, it was Glen Rock, then it went to Pompton, then it was New Milford for a couple years. It's hard for me to choose between Pompton and Glen Rock.
Okay. Check. Oh,
Yeah, I would agree there. There's a little bit of home cooking for me with the New Milford Knights, so I'm gonna throw them in the loop as well.
Okay.
But I would say Glen Rock, Pompton, and them.
All right, that's from that 10-1 season, right, Coach? That New Milford, is that what that one is? Yeah.
33-31
Yeah.
I didn't mean to bring on it. Just when you said it, that's what. Again, I was just making sure. All right, so let's go to something happy. Your most memorable Hawthorne football victory.
These are tougher than I imagined. I watched your show last week. I was waiting for a food question.
It's
Well,
coming.
it's coming.
It's
It's coming,
coming.
Coach. Coach has a lot of wins. He's got to decide which one he's got.
I'll give the head coach answer. It was our last win we had this year was a 7-6 win against Pompton that kind of clinched part of the division title for us. Again, always battling with Pompton, and it was a 7-6 win, and it was our last one so far this year. So I'll go with that one.
Nice, Coach G. How about you?
Was it as a coach or as a player?
It could be either
Either
one.
or.
Either one. Or if you can give one of each, totally up to you.
I can maybe go one of each. As a player, we too at Glen Rock were down big. Talking about shooting yourselves in the foot. I think we fumbled 2 or 3 times, Coach, I believe. And we just made a great comeback, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the year. Glen Rock was, still is one of the premier teams in our league. So they had a great team. Obviously, we had a great team. So making that comeback and winning that one definitely set the tone for the year. And from a coaching standpoint, and that's tough. Listen, I've been at DC 2 years. I thought we had a nice, big win against New Milford last year. And this year, obviously, the 7-6 win to a rival like Pompton is always a nice one.
Okay. Coach, playoff game. Whether you want to say it's this year's playoffs or when we get back to normal playoff game, you guys are down by 6. You guys score 20 seconds, 30 seconds left. You going for 1 or going for 2?
We've tied the game, right? Is that what you just said?
No, I'm
You
sorry.
tied the game.
No, I'm sorry. You didn't tie the game. You're down 7.
Yeah, so
You're down 7. Sorry.
Do you go for the tie or you going for the win?
Going for the tie or going for the win?
A lot of it to do with the momentum in the game, but my son's our kicker, so I'm going to kick the extra point and go to overtime and win it in overtime.
Coach, what do you want him to do?
Oh, me?
Yeah, I mean, he's making the call. So
well,
it really doesn't matter
the
what
way-
you want.
listen,
He's still making the
The
call.
way the way our headsets are set up, he would have to toggle over to get my opinion anyway. So, I think listen, momentum in the game is obviously huge. Coming from a defensive guy, if our defense has been playing well the entire game, let's get the guaranteed point and let's live to see another down.
Coach Passero, how many calls have you had like that? Have you had a lot where it was late in the game, or not really, not many?
No, not late. No, nothing too stressful like that. Normally, we're, in high school it gets weird with extra points.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're chasing points like that. One of which was the 2007 game that Coach Guarnieri was reminding us of before. But not too many decisions like that in my career so far.
Okay.
All right, the next question is the one you've been waiting for. It's a food question. We've got Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, or Bogey's Hoagies.
Bogies, hoagies, wow. And number 6 from Wendy's, spicy chicken sandwich plain is my go-to cheat meal. I had it on Sunday. I love it. Number 6 from Wendy's.
Good choice.
Coach G?
I'm gonna give love to the local business here, Bogies. You can't go wrong there. And if you actually get the large sandwich, it's a meal for the next 3 days. It's really unbelievable the bang for your buck that you're getting there.
We're getting the call. Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
For the two of you, if ever in town, go to Angelina's also.
Oh, I gotta write that
Write
down.
it down. We usually get
Angelina's right on Lafayette Ave.
Oh, definitely. That's why we asked it, Coach. We want to find out. Okay, mine's an easy one. Nike, Adidas, or Under Armour?
We got brand new uniforms this year for the first time in about 10 years, and they're Adidas, and the kids love them, and they look great. So I would say Adidas for football uniforms. I'll go Nike shoe.
Coach G, how about you?
Yeah, I listen. Then I would do anything to go back and wear the jerseys that these guys are wearing now with the Adidas brand. I definitely agree that, but I'm more of a Nike guy myself.
All right, and our last rapid fire question is your favorite NFL football team.
I'm so proud to say I thought they were going to pull out last night the New York Giants. I thought that was a pass interference called on the 2-point conversion. They pick up the flag, but I got to go with the G-men.
And Coach G?
Likewise.
All right, well, follow up.
This is great. I'm glad that they're both Giant
okay.
fans.
Well, follow-up question is, are you tanking for Trevor?
Boy.
And who would you take, Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence?
We'll say this: the Giants are not going to be in that position because they're going to win this week. But I don't know. I like what they're looking like right now. I know their record doesn't speak for it, but they're in games. I got a couple of coaches on staff that are Jet fans, and at least the Giants are fun to watch.
They play so hard for Judge though, don't they? I mean, they do.
Absolutely.
They compete hard.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We got to clean up the turnovers though. That's my one big thing with Danny. Got to clean up the turnovers.
And how about you, Coach G? So you're also not tanking for Trevor?
Listen, I if we're in the position, I don't see how you can not take him, to be honest with you. But I would have to agree with the coach here. The way that the G-men are competing every week, I feel like they're getting better every week. We're likely to win, a few more games in here and kind of take us out of.
We're only like a game and a half out of first place. So.
I know,
which is crazy. Yeah.
By the way, this is great topic. We're getting a ton of. There must be tons of Notre Dame fans because they're all saying Ian Book over Trevor Lawrence. So everyone's big on it.
Eddie O'Hagan is the biggest Irish fan.
That's it. Yeah. So, but coaches, thank you guys. It was awesome. Again, good luck the rest of the way. So So next week is the Garfield game, or supposedly Garfield?
No, we'll play Rutherford. It looks like we're going to be playing Rutherford next week.
Rutherford next week. Okay.
Then Garfield the following week.
Awesome. And listen, we got to come down. Jen and I will come down and check you guys out. And, of course, we'll follow you. Let's do this again. And
Absolutely. Thank you so much for
no.
having us. And when you come, you should stop at Bogey's and Angelina's and compare.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Somebody gave us the Bogey hint, and we went there over the summer, and we liked it.
Good
But
chicken
the
cutlet.
Angelina, we'll get to check that out.
Again, Bogey's is a chicken cutlet, but Angelina's is more the Italian chicken
All
cutlet.
right, we got to check that out.
Guarnieri, which was our love.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you guys so much.
Guys, thank
Good luck
you.
the rest
Thanks
of the
for having
season.
us.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Take care.
Okay.
All right. That was a great interview with those guys.
Absolutely.
I
Wish
want to give
them
a
lots
shout
of-
out to Coach Breslin for getting the connection with us.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Thank you,
guys.
Coach Breslin.
I want to thank all the players too for all the comments. You guys
Yep.
it was great. I couldn't even read them all. There was so many.
Coming in so
I had over
fast,
100
yeah.
comments in 40 minutes. But it was awesome. Hey, if you guys again follow All In, if you guys are sports fans, I'll tell you guys this: tomorrow night I'm on with 3 of my other friends, and we do the K&K Sports Show. Follow it. You guys can talk. We talk college football, NFL. We talk throughout the night. So if you guys want to, join in on us, hey, join the K&K Sports Show. You can comment, come in, and we'll talk sports. But Jaden's saying thank you. No, thank you guys. But let's get to this. Let's let the Hawthorne guy. If the Hawthorne players want to watch, okay, this channel is not. It is the K&K Sports Show.
No, but he's on YouTube, I think.
Oh, he's on YouTube.
Watching, I think. Is he
No, he's
commenting
on-
from YouTube?
If it's Facebook, it is the K&K Sports Show.
Right. But the YouTube channel, this is streamed through K&K
Yes,
also.
yes.
So, yeah.
So it's the K&K Sports Show. I'll try to get that link in. But if you guys want to stay around, we do our weekly picks.
All right.
And let's start this off. Here's the up-to-date. Yes, the YouTube, it's the same exact channel, Jaden. So this YouTube will be on tomorrow night. All right, so our up-to-date statistics now. Big week for myself and Mr. Beelan. Mr. Kirkpatrick from Maryland is still at the top of the board, 23-7. I jumped up to 22-8.
I have fallen one spot each week, so
Yes.
I'm hoping Beelan
Hoops
doesn't
is going
overtake
down.
me.
And what's new? Beelan in the basement. Nothing changes with that. But where do you want to start?
We're going to start with 3-2 Passaic Valley at 3-2 Wayne Valley.
Okay, so we're starting off. Say this one more time.
3-2 Passaic Valley
Okay.
at 3-2 Wayne Valley.
Okay.
So I'll kind of start with I have Kenny, I have Beelan, and then I'll give my prediction and we can end with you. So
Gotcha.
Kenny is predicting a 15-13 Passaic Valley victory, and Beelan is predicting a 28-14 Passaic Valley victory. I hate to do it. I'm going to go against my PV this week, and I'm picking Wayne Valley.
You're picking Wayne
I
Valley.
am.
Okay.
Go ahead. And who do you have?
2 teams coming off losses. PV, I love you guys. I really do. But 2 weeks in a row, I picked you, and listen. I like the Hawthorne guys are answering games. They're saying
I
PV.
love it.
You know what? I'm going opposite of Jaden. PV close, 24-14. I am going to go with you, Hoops. We're going
Oh, wow.
Wayne Valley. It's a shocker, right, that we
Yeah,
went together?
I know. All right, next game up is 4-1 Verona at 4-0 Ramsey.
Okay.
Okay, I have Mr. Kirkpatrick, Kenny picking Ramsey 21-14 over Verona. I have Beelan also picking Ramsey 25-17. I am picking Ramsey as well.
Wow.
And you?
I am gonna go sneaky great game. 4-1. New coach at Ramsey's got him going. Ashton's taking Verona. Ashton took Wayne Valley in the first one. He's going Verona here. Ashton, I'm with you. Okay. This is the best team that Ramsey has played so far. Verona's experience wins out. I am going with the road team. I am taking Verona 28-21.
All right, our next game that we're going to pick is 4-1 Riverdale at 2-1 Northern Highlands. And Kenny is picking Riverdale 28-20. Beelan is picking a much bigger win, but for Riverdale as well, 35-9. I am also picking,
Beelan's that confident in Riverdale, huh?
I am also picking Riverdale.
Okay.
And you're the last one up. Who are
I'm the
you?
last one up. Let me get to my notes. 2 great teams, 2 great coaching staffs. Upset, upset, upset. Okay? The defending sectional champs, they outscore them. Northern Highlands in an upset, Hoops, 35-30. I'm taking Northern Highlands to beat Riverdale.
Looks like Ashton is in agreement with
Ashton
you.
is I like this.
I love that he's participating. It's awesome. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you again, guys, for this is fun, right? Make some picks.
All right.
We're not picking Hawthorne on the air, we're fine.
Next matchup is Ramapo, 2-1, ranked 24th in the state, at 5-0 Wayne Hills, number 12 in the state. So we've got Kenny. He's saying a late touchdown for Ramapo. They win 21.
You didn't say it right.
19. I know.
What Kenny's saying is Kenny wants to say touchdown Raiders because that's how they say it. So he's going Ramapo late. So he's taking the road Ramapo Raiders.
Beelan's taking Wayne Hills 24-21.
Hold up. Beelan's taking
Wayne Hills.
Okay.
24-21. I'm picking Wayne Hills as well. And Mr. Valenti.
Ashton's taking Ramapo. Well, you guys are all tough when Coach Breslin and Coach Gibbs aren't on the screen. You know what I mean?
Tough.
No, I know. I'm busting you. Listen, one of the best rivalries, maybe the best rivalry in high school football. Two unbelievably great programs. I say both defenses play well, but the difference is I think Ramapo is going to make a couple more bigger offensive plays. Okay? So I'm going to go Ramapo 20, Wayne Hills 14 in a just outstanding game this week. One more big play from Ramapo gets it done.
Nice. All right. Our next game that we're going to pick, we did highlight Clifton, the ranked number
Coach
12 in the
Breslin's
state.
saying, wow, not right, you two.
Oh,
I ain't
I'm
talking
sorry,
about me.
Coach Breslin.
He ain't talking about me.
It's a tough one, Coach Breslin. I think it's going to be a great game. Clifton ranked 12th in the state.
I'm not sure if they're playing that game.
That's what I was just saying. I just want to acknowledge that we were going to pick that. So
we're not going to pick that
pick
game.
it.
We're not going to pick that.
But I just wanted to acknowledge why.
Okay.
Same thing. We had Del Barton on tap to pick, but we don't. That game's
That game
not
is
being
off,
played
yes.
as well. All right, another big one. We have St. Joe's, number 6 in the state, at 3-2 St. Joe's. Deceptive
yes.
record,
well,
number 6
number
in the
1
state,
and 2
of
in the
course,
state.
exactly. And at 1-2 Don Bosco.
Coach Breslin's saying all good, LOL. You know where I went, Coach Breslin.
All right, so we have Kenny picking St. Joe's 27-14 over Bosco.
Okay.
And then we have Beelan picking St. Joe's 16-6, and I am also picking St. Joe's.
You're also going St. Joe's. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than people think, but I think Joe's speed, their running back, I can't remember his name, Ashton saying St. Joe's. I think the speed is the difference. I'm going to go low scoring. I'm with you. St. Joe's 14, Don Bosco 10. So I'm going to go 14-10. So we all go St. Joe's on that one.
That's the first one we're all in agreement.
On this
right?
one,
Yeah,
yes.
this week, I should say. All right, another big game. We have 4-0 St. Peter's, number 1 in the state, at 4-0 Bergen Catholic, number 2 in the state. So
I'm just going to say this. When in a weekend do you have St. Peter's, Bergen Catholic, Ramapo, Wayne Hills?
I know.
I mean, look at all these matchups. It's a crazy week.
This is a good week.
Crazy.
Yeah. Kenny is picking Bergen Catholic 27-24. He says they become the number 1 team in New Jersey. Beelan is picking St. Peter's 31-20. Kenny, I'm with you. I'm going Bergen Catholic as well. Home, get them at home. You know what? I feel like this year with everything, this is almost like this could be their like state tournament type game. You know?
Right.
So,
See,
yeah.
this is where I'm going to make this prediction now. St. Peter's people might come after me, but I'm going to have I'll have an answer for them later. But game of the year so far, number 1 versus number 2. But I think Bergen Catholic defends home turf. See, the difference now, you're not in a wind. Not that it's not going to be windy. You're not in a windy stadium like Giant Stadium,
right.
You know. Bergen Catholic is going to be able to have their whole offensive arsenal to them. You know, Coach Campanelli there does a tremendous job. He'll have something in for him. I think high-scoring game, too many playmakers. Now, if this game for some, I don't know what the playoff deal is, but if they play this come December somehow or something, I'll go back on my pick and maybe change it. But for this week, at home, I'm going Bergen Catholic 31, St. Peter's 27.
All right, our next matchup is another good one, another good game. 4-0 Beckton at 4-1 Garfield. Kenny picks Garfield victorious. He says they end Beckton's undefeated and unscored upon streak by winning 7-6.
Okay.
Beelan has taken Beckton at 21-6. I am also picking Beckton. It always pains me to go against our friend Pete at Garfield. He does a tremendous job. I just think they've had a little trouble scoring, and you're going against a really, a team that has a really solid defense. So that gave me.
You have
the
trouble
edge to
going
Beckton.
against Pete.
I do.
What do you think I'm gonna have to do? Listen. I told you though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm worried about Garfield's offense in big games. Waldwick, they didn't score much last year. Kenny and I, the offense, I don't think they scored at all. Only 6 points versus Lodi. Again, but Coach Riggs, one of the best, will keep them in the game. But Beckton is for real, and I mean for real. They stay unbeaten. They stay unscored upon.
Wow.
13-0 Beckton. Coach Santa Coach proved me wrong. But I'm going to have to pick, and I'm going to go with Beckton 13-0 in this matchup.
All right, our next one is another good game.
Everything's good this week, I tell you.
It is. 4-0 Park Ridge at 4-1 Glenrock. I have Mr. Kirkpatrick, Kenny from Maryland, picking Glenrock 26 over Park Ridge 21.
I'll say this has to be one of the weeks where we there's a lot of differences.
There are a lot of differences because Beelan has Park Ridge 37-27. I also picked Park Ridge, and your choice is.
Listen, I think Ashton's saying Park Ridge, not Glenrock. I'm with him. Going to be an awesome game. I say shootout, but Park Ridge gets them late. 34-31, Park Ridge.
All right. Our next matchup is 2-1 Butler at 4-1 Pompton Lakes. Kenny aptly referred to this as the Battle of Route 23.
Mm-hmm.
I went to West Essex. Whenever we used to play Caldwell, we used to call it the Battle of Bloomfield Avenue. So I love that term, Kenny, the Battle of Route 23. He's saying that Butler wins the Battle of Route 23 in a close one, 15-14.
So Kenny's going Butler?
He's going Butler.
Okay.
Okay, and Mr. Beelan is going Pompton Lakes, 31-30. My aide that's in my classroom is a former Pompton Lakes graduate. I haven't let her down. I've picked them. I'm going to stay with it. Tracy, I'm picking Pompton Lakes if you're watching.
I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go with Mr. Kirkpatrick from Maryland. I'm not sure if Pompton can score enough with Butler. I'm going to go Butler in a little mini upset. I'm going to go 28-13. I'm going to take Butler over Pompton Lakes.
All right, and the last football matchup.
Last football game.
Last football
Let's
matchup.
remember.
Yep, we're picking a soccer one this time. We have 3-0 Waldwick at 3-2 Rutherford. Kenny is calling this one his upset of the week. He's picking Rutherford 25-20.
You know what? I got to see what's going on with Kenny and Rutherford because he's got some kind of inside deal with them. I don't know why he picks them every week.
All right, Beelan is picking Waldwick 23-9.
Okay.
I am also picking Waldwick. And you are?
Let me just get your face on the board. Two well-coached teams. I'm not sure if a division championship's on the line. I believe it is for Waldwick. Garfield could probably somehow get involved in there. But I think it's going to be a great game. But the Waldwick experience wins it late. I'm going to go Waldwick 20, Rutherford 13. So that is how I'm going to pick that.
All right, and our last pick of the week, it's the first time we're bringing in a
Logan's saying Rutherford.
Bringing in a non-football pick, but the Kearny Girls Soccer program, which we just highlighted this evening.
This is breaking news.
This
is a first.
The 6-0 Kearny Girls Soccer at 7-0-1 Lyndhurst Girls Soccer, two dominant teams. We have Kenny picking Kearny 4-3. They're both teams just a lot of offensive firepower.
So Kenny right now is going Kearny. Okay.
Beelan is going Lyndhurst 4-2. I'm picking Kearny.
Okay. You are going Kearny also?
Yep.
let me just get your face on the board. This is a lot harder than it looks to control it. And listen, how do you pick against Kearny soccer, girls soccer? Any kind of Kearny soccer. I know I'm not. I can tell you that right now. Great game. Both teams undefeated. Hopefully they both stay undefeated till Monday. We'll check that out Tuesday. But I'm going to go Kearny 3, Lyndhurst 1. So I will go 3-1. Kenny has a quick question. So by the way, Kearny's making this little debut on the board.
Yeah, nice.
So,
very nice.
That's in the soccer. Kearny 3, Lyndhurst 1 is our prediction. Kenny's asking, rank these Route 23 North teams. Butler, Pompton, Weequahic, Sparta, Verona. This is hard. This year, I don't know. I guess this year I'm going to go Sparta, Verona, Pompton Lakes, Butler, Weequahic. I mean, this is the toughest one he's given me.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference on that?
I don't know. I don't know if I would consider Weequahic a Route 23 team. That's a Newark, New Jersey team.
Let's take Weequahic
Yeah.
out because Kenny probably doesn't know his traffic.
Well, you know what? Because they played Verona, so those are two Essex County teams, but Verona is over closer to.
All right,
23.
so I am gonna go. I'll do this one more time. I'll go Sparta, Verona, Pompton Lakes, Butler, but all 4 are good teams.
Hard to rank them.
What would you do?
It's funny. It's just like you're really spanning. You got Sparta way up on Route 23 and Verona. It's like, I don't know. I really don't know enough about the Butler, Pompton, Sparta programs. I really don't. Again, we keep coming back to this. I'm an Essex County girl, so I'm going to defer to you on that one.
But Hoopsie, great show.
Very nice.
I want to thank Coach Sylvia and the Kearny Girls Soccer team.
Absolutely.
Coach
Mason
Passero,
Harvey, yep.
Coach G from the Hawthorne football.
Yep.
I want to thank everyone who commented in tonight, especially the Hawthorne players. Again, it's awesome talking high school sports, awesome talking any kind of sports, but when you get to the high school sports and, this is the end now, end of the season, playoff time or whatever it's going to be, but big games, Oh, bonus question for Hoops. Field hockey programs. Montville, Chatham, Randolph, Morristown, Pequannock.
All right. I'm going to go. I'm a former.
Is this today?
Let me finish. So I'm a former coach at Montville, but I'm going to be very, very honest. I'm going to go with now. So according to now, I'm looking at that screen so I can see it. Oh, it's tough. I'm going to go Chatham, Pequannock, Morristown, Randolph, Montville for now. Those are all
Hoops on the
really
spot, he's
good
saying.
Programs too. Just typically, like strong. Gosh, it's so hard because Randolph. They're all good.
Coach
They're all
Breslin's
really
saying
good.
great job. He has to get back to work. Jenny bet against us.
Coach, that doesn't mean I'm not rooting for you, though.
Coach Breslin, I'm going to tell you this right now. One of her favorite sweatshirts she always wears around the house is the Ramapo, the original one when we got from our 2001, I believe it was 2001 or 2002 season.
This is
if
true.
I see her put it on, she's taking it off. She's not allowed to wear that Ramapo sweatshirt this week.
Not true.
Go Poe. But great show, guys, everybody.
Thank you for watching. Good luck to everybody playing this week. Stay
Yes,
safe,
and,
stay
and
healthy.
listen, our results show next week is going to be nuts because
I
there's
know,
so
we're all
many
over the
great
board.
games.
It's gonna be a lot
Thank
of
you again to
movement.
Kearny. Thank you again to Hawthorne, and thank you again to all our listeners and
Viewers.
commenters.
Yep. Thanks,
All right?
guys.
Thank you.